It's good to see you today. We're going to be looking further in the account of Daniel. We're going to be looking at Nebuchadnezzar's second dream today. Our hymn is called According to Thy Word.
I have mine idol's mouth applied before the shrine of self and pride with a devotion felt, followed where the censer led, and my base pleased the deep debased my soul to hell, debased my soul to hell. Thy wrath shall not forever last. If pain of my pollutions past, I groan to be made clean. And though I now with grief confess my inward parts are wicked dust, and all my life is sin, and all my life is sin. Be it according to thy word, merciful unto, O Lord, be merciful to me. Avert the wrath my sinful fate, nor crush me with thy judgment blade. Who would return to thee? Who would return to thee?
According to Thy Word. We're in Daniel chapter 4. And let's back up a little bit. Nebuchadnezzar, verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, to all peoples, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied to you. I thought it was good to declare the signs and wonders that the Most High God has worked for me. How great are his signs, how mighty his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. And so what this is, Nebuchadnezzar sends out a proclamation after all these things have happened, is what's going on. And so Nebuchadnezzar was at rest in my house and flourishing in my palace. I saw a dream which made me afraid. The thoughts on my bed and the visions of my head troubled me. And the dream was, and of course we have Daniel coming to the front again, and the dream was of a tree. Verse 11, verse 10, 11. Tree in the midst of the earth, its height was great. The tree grew and became strong, its height reached to the heavens, and it could be seen to the ends of all the earth. Its leaves were lovely. The beasts of the field had shade under it. All flesh was fed from it. I saw in the visions of my head while on my bed, and there was a watcher, a holy one, coming down from heaven. And he cried aloud and said thus, chop down the tree and cut off its branches, strip off its leaves and scatter its fruit. Let the beasts get out from under it and the birds from its branches. Nevertheless, leave the stump and roots in the earth, bound with a band of iron and bronze. In the tender grass of the field, let it be wet with dew of heaven, and let him graze with the beasts of the grass of the earth. Let his heart be changed from that of a man. Let him be given the heart of a beast, and let 7 times pass over him. This decision is by the decree of the watchers. The sentence by the word of the holy ones, in order that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdoms of men, gives it to whomever he will, and he sets over it the lowest of men. So this dream Nebuchadnezzar says, have seen. Now you, Belteshazzar, declare its interpretation. And of course, as Daniel interprets it, the tree, as he says, verse 22, it is you, O king. You've grown, you've become strong. Verse 23, you saw the watcher, a holy one, coming down from heaven, saying, chop it down. Verse 24, this is the interpretation. They shall drive you from your dwelling place. You'll live amongst the beasts of the field. They shall make you eat grass like oxen. They shall wet you with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over you, until you know that the Most High rules in the kingdoms of men. Inasmuch as they gave the command to leave the stump and the roots of the tree, your kingdom shall be assured to you after you come to know that heaven rules. Verse 27, therefore, O king, let my advice be acceptable to you. Break off your sins by being righteous, and your iniquities by showing mercy to the poor. Perhaps there may be a lengthening of your prosperity. Verse 28, and all of this came upon King Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of the 12 months, he's walking about the royal palace of Babylon, and impressed with everything. You might think of the gardens of Babylon. Is not this great Babylon that I built for a royal dwelling by my mighty power and for the honor of my majesty? And while the word was still in the king's mouth, a voice fell from heaven. The kingdom had departed. He's driven from men. He lives as an animal. 7 times pass over him. And it's quite the picture. At the end of the time, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted my eyes to heaven, he says. And my understanding returned to me, and I blessed the Most High, and praised and honored him who lives forever. For his dominion is an everlasting dominion. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. And Nebuchadnezzar finally realizes all kingdoms rise and fall except for one. His kingdom is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. All the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. Babylon was great. A mighty tree is Nebuchadnezzar, and the watcher says, chop it down. You can make all of the gardens you want to. You can make as big of an empire as you want to. And nonetheless, all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. He does according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth. No one can restrain his hand or say to him, what have you done? You don't get to question God. Does the potter not have authority over the clay? And of course he does. You don't get to say, what have you done to God? And so Nebuchadnezzar learned these things, and the proclamation goes out. At the time my reason returned to me, and for the glory of my kingdom, my honor and splendor returned to me. My counselors and nobles resorted to me. I was restored to my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added to me. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all of whose works are truth and his ways justice. And those who walk in pride, he is able to put down. And that is what Nebuchadnezzar learned. According to thy word, I have mine idols multiplied before the shrine of self and pride. With vile devotion fell. But he learned to turn to the Lord. Be it according to thy word, merciful unto all, O Lord. Be merciful to me, avert the wrath, my sinful fate, nor crush me with my judgment weight, who would return to thee. And Nebuchadnezzar humbles himself to the Lord. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.